Welcome to our channel. My name is Yvette, and this is Tyler. Come along with us as we sail the high seas or hit the open road, while we navigate and explore this beautiful planet our way.
Some of you may recall in a few videos back while in Montserrat, our windlass stopped working in the down position. After doing some fiddling around, we were able to get it going again until we made it to Trinidad, where the gremlin resurfaced. I originally thought the problem was in the handheld remote, and after tracing the wires back and cleaning up a connection, it seemed to have worked, until it didn't. So I ended up unbolting the windlass motor from the windlass and having a look, which come to find out, one of the terminal connections had corroded to the point where it had broken off the post. Luckily, I had a spare terminal left over from our battery project, so I was able to clean it up and crimp it on. It's really a pretty straightforward job. The difficult part is getting the motor out from that little hole. There's a nut on the far side of the windlass that's near impossible to get a wrench on. You can get a peek at it a little later in the video. Here I am just reattaching the terminals to the post and getting ready to put the motor back in. And as with any good boat project, one always turns into two. This missing key will come into play here shortly. Once I reinstall the motor back into the plastic weather shield, it will be ready for reinstallation. We were in an anchorage out in front of the Trinidad Sailing Yacht Club, which ran a cool summer course for the kids. Here I am just greasing up and installing the O-ring, getting ready for the install. At least somebody gets to have some fun today. Now that the O-ring is in place, it is time to reinstall the motor without the key, which is my mistake for sure. When I removed the motor, somehow that little key went missing. But here I am reinstalling the motor, not realizing the key has gone missing yet. Here's the little peek I had promised earlier to show you how hard it is to get into that back nut. Here I am, thinking the job is complete, buttoning up all the wiring, before the dreaded trial of pushing that button and the windlass not spinning because we're missing that key in the shaft. Unfortunately, I didn't capture any footage of it, but essentially it looks the same. You push the button and nothing happens, just like there when it's not spinning. So after searching high and low, even pulling out all the chain in the chain locker, looking for that key, we had to load up and go to the boat store, hoping we can find something on the shelf. The Peakes Boatyard here in Trinidad is pretty large and also really nice. As you can see, they have asphalted roads and nice level ground for the boats to sit on. They also conveniently have a chandlery with a lot of good stuff. While they did have a key, unfortunately it was too big to fit into our shaft. So now we had to go track down a machine shop. And wouldn't you know, the Peakes Boatyard also had one of those on site. which was really convenient for our needs. I wasn't thinking when we ran to the boat store, but I should have brought the motor with me instead of the measurements. All I had on hand were pretty close measurements, but not quite exact. So we found this machine shop, and he was able to cut it down for us and reshape it. So when I got back to the boat, all I had to do was some hand file work to get it to fit into the slot. As you can see, this machine shop had a good inventory of summer things. Some are here, some are there. Some of it I'm not even sure if he knows is there. But regardless, if housekeeping took the summer off, he was a really nice guy and was more than willing to help us out, which we greatly appreciated. If you ever find yourself in Trinidad and in need of a machine shop, this is the place to go. They definitely have a lot of good equipment in here and a can-do attitude. They're located just inside the boatyard along the northwestern row. And here's the cut-down key that I'm now going to take back to the boat and hand file until it drops into the slot. When we got back to the boat, there was weather getting ready to roll in, so I didn't film the installing of the key, but it looked just like the previous install with the addition of the key. And just like that, the Windlass now works again. The next day, the Trinidad and Tobago Powerboat Association was hosting a boat race, so I sent the drone out to get a better look and to capture the action. It's not quite seafair, but it was still fun. And we had a front row seat to the action.
Now that we've taken care of business and fixed the windlass, we plan to step off the boat and take a guided leatherback sea turtle tour. Try to say that 3 times fast. And we're excited to share the footage of that with you next week. We also run into a pack of dolphins, and it was just an amazing experience. So there's lots more to come of our time here in Trinidad. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week.